Going live. We are now live, I believe. All right, let's get into it, guys. So, what we're going to cover here today, first of all, y'all know who I am. I'm Jazz Alexander. Thanks for coming and being with me. Let me just get one more thing up and running, and we will go from there. This is my second time going live. Let's see if we can get this right. There we go. Boom. I don't know if this is ever going to do right. Oh, that's right. Here we go. One second, guys. We're going to start. So, basically, today's episode is called Enough is Enough. Um, but let me get this going. I'll go live from right here. Let me see. Trying to go live myself on here. Okay, I'll figure this out later. Oh, here it is. Got it. Go live. Oh, okay, this is. I don't. I can't figure that part out. Okay, they're just gonna have to miss out. Sorry. Sorry to the TikTok crowd. I can't figure how to get you all synced in. Am I even signed in? Yeah, I'm signed in. Which is crazy. I just can't go live. I can go live. I don't want to do that though. All right. Guess y'all just miss out. All right, I think I figured it out. I don't know if I'm sideways on here. I think I'm sideways on TikTok. But anyways, y'all can always go to if I'm sideways on TikTok right now, then I want y'all to just to go to jazzalexander.com and click on the live tab. If I'm not sideways, you can stay here and whatnot. But today's episode, we're gonna get into it fairly quick. Hold on. There we go. So we're gonna talk about how enough is enough. Okay. And what I mean about that, so I'm a realtor licensed in Texas, and I've had enough, and we all should have enough. Because what we're trying to do right now is have the American dream. And the American dream is for Americans. Okay. So it's time to win. It's time to win. A lot of times people buy homes and they take the equity out of their homes to start their businesses. Um, so if the housing industry is affected, then what does that affect? That affects small businesses. Okay. Small businesses run America. And that's how it's always been and how it should be. So anyone who's trying to destroy the housing market is in essence trying to destroy small businesses. Okay. So let's start off right now. Most of y'all haven't heard, but in April, inflation is down below February 2021. So if you remember in February 2021, that's when the new administration came in, we still had the low interest rates. Now, for y'all that don't know, interest rates are typically set a little bit higher than the inflation rate. So in February 2021, we had very low interest rates because we had very low inflation. We are now lower than that. So enough is enough. The FHFA, which is the Federal Housing Finance Agency, their director, Bill Pulte, called on the Federal Reserve chairman to lower interest rates. He quoted this saying, Jay Powell needs to lower interest rates. Enough is enough. President Trump has crushed Biden's inflation, and there is no reason not to lower interest rates. The housing market would be in a much better shape if Chairman Powell does this. Okay. So now, also, if the chairman called on it, we're going to talk about the big three. The White House has called upon the Fed, the Federal Reserve, to lower interest rates. The Treasury Secretary has called on the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. Okay. Even Donald Trump has called on the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. Now, the Federal Reserve is not a part of government. I don't think a lot of people know that. The Federal Reserve, I'm going to say it again. The Federal Reserve is not a part of our government, meaning Trump cannot fire him, the president. The White House cannot fire the Fed. The Treasury Secretary cannot fire the Fed. And the head of the FHFA cannot fire the head of the Fed. You cannot vote for the president of the Fed. Okay? So, if we could, if the United States could, we would. Now, why does the Fed exist? Well, America owes some money. And until we pay that money back, the Federal Reserve is there. Okay? So that's why people like Elon are cutting bills, and that's why we're doing tariffs to pay down the debt so we can run our country how we want it. Now, does the Federal Reserve set interest rates? Yes and no. Okay. A lot of mortgages follow the Federal Reserve. They try to predict what the Federal Reserve is going to do ahead of time. Okay. So, but right now, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, they're an independent federal agency that was established in 2008. And basically, they were created to ensure the safety, soundness, and stability of the nation's housing finance markets following the 2008 financial crisis. So they were put in charge to help promote home ownership and to help stop foreclosures and bad practices. Okay. But again, why wouldn't the Fed lower the interest rates? If it will help Americans out, then why wouldn't they do it? Why wouldn't the news report that inflation is the lowest rate in 4 years? This is in April. It's May. It's the end. We're at the end of May. Okay. Now, President Trump is meeting with Elon today around noon. It's May 30th. Around noon. Okay. I don't know how long the news can keep lying to the consumers and hide this. So far, they have successfully lied for a month, right? And they've tried to block tariffs. That's been overturned. It's not going to stay like that forever. Okay? It's not. So, what I'm telling all my clients is let me see something. All right. What I'm telling all my clients is you guys, you got to be on it. You have got to be on it. Because once this market opens, right? Because there's multiple things happen. So I got an economics degree, right? So that's how I'm able to, there's a lot of variables, right? And a lot of people can't solve for X. So I'm gonna just say that. So that's why they come to me. I'm the expert, right? You don't have to be the expert. You just have to trust in me to be the expert for you. I'll show you all the data too. You can look all this up. So I'm never gonna say anything that doesn't have any data behind it because I like to speak factual, uh, not fiction. But what I was saying is that we're right now we're taking a demographic of illegals out of the country. So let's just say we have 21 million illegals here in the country. Let's say they have to have a place to stay. They were staying somewhere, which was driving up the demand for housing, which was skyrocketing the prices, right? You see what I'm saying? Now that 21 million have to leave. And now listen, these 21 million didn't have jobs. They didn't have jobs. They were getting money from the government. They were stealing money from the government, USAID and stuff like that. They were getting food stamps, they were getting Medicaid. So as a as an American, we were paying for them to beat us out on homes. Because when you come here illegally, they were giving new social security numbers. Shit. Even FHA and Fannie Mae at first, they were giving them loans, government backed loans. Now, when you think about it, when an illegal comes over here as an American, right? They leave their country, they leave their debt, they leave their student loans back where they came from, right? The last administration was giving them free social security numbers. They were giving them everything. So a person who has student loan, right? Let's say, let's say, um, let's say you have an equal counterpart, A and B, right? American, let's say A and I, right? American and illegal. But let's say y'all are the same person. Let's say y'all are twins, right? And everything you do, right? Illegal has student loans. You have student loans. Illegal has a car loan. You have a car loan, right? Now this illegal comes here. The student loans and the car loans are left behind. They didn't have the same social security number. They didn't even probably have a social security. They had whatever country they had, right? They were giving them new social security numbers. They were giving them money to buy stuff. So when they would just get one thing, like if you had a big reset, let's say you just reset everything, like as an American. Let's say your car loan doesn't matter, your all your charge offs and all your stuff doesn't matter. All you have to do is get your first credit card, use the government money, and pay it on time. Boom, you got an 800 credit score. Now, back to this example. This person has an 800 credit score with no debt showing up in the USA. This person buys the house that this person wanted because they have a better interest rate, they have no debt, and they're brand new. And the government is giving them free money while this person is losing their job to the illegal, right? The H-1B visas give an incentive to keep the H-1B visa people. So you versus you in another country coming here as illegal, you're going to lose. You're going to lose because they will set up against you. That is no more. That is no more. So at this time, you can now win on everything that you do. So I want you to get mentally prepared to win because you need to. What I mean, Kendrick Lamar said the best: turn your TV off, right? Because they're lying to you. They're trying to stop you from being the best version of yourself. They're trying to stop your generational wealth from growing. This is how we build businesses in America. And we need to put America first. And these countries and these news people, they're all against you. They're all against you. If they're not reporting that the inflation is down, what happened to the egg prices? They came down. What happened to the gas prices? They came down. Who is screaming about it? No one. They're hiding it. They do not want you to succeed. But that's why I'm going live and I'm being bold and I'm telling you, we're here to win. So enough is enough. Stop listening to them. Once you find one lie, done with them. Done with them. We need to win in real estate. Real estate is one of the best ways to get wealthy. Trump is a real estate mogul. We have a real estate mogul as president. You need to own a home. You need to start getting. They lied to you. They didn't pay your student loans. Your student loans did not get paid, right? They did not get paid. That set you back 4 years that you could have been paying on it. But was the economy great for you even to pay on it? Now listen, I know a lot of you, some of you may be down, but this ain't the time to be down. You may don't be down in your spirit, don't be down in your heart. This is the time to work. This is the golden era. And I encourage you, if you halfway believe what I'm saying, you need to call me. I am that dog for you. I am that dog for you. Okay? If you don't know how to navigate through this stuff, I'm that dog for you. And that's what you call me. I'm the expert. I'm the big dog. If you want to win, you call me. You call Jazz Alexander. 469-371-4067. Shoot me a text. Jazz at jazzalexander.com. Because I'm not gonna we're not losing. My clients are not losing. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Big dog entertainment right here, baby. We're not losing. We're not losing. We're gonna win. So the golden era is here, and I'm with it. So call me. If you want to talk economics, we don't have to. We don't have to. All you gotta do is I don't I do all the work for you. I'll show you the data. If you say, Jazz, can you show me this? I'll show you. I'll show you. It's that easy. That easy. Everything I say is uh backed up by facts. I'll give you various inputs from different sources that'll show you this information. So that's it for today. Let's get at it. Let's win.